Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen wa salatu wa salamu ala Rasulillah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We're at the Muslim Cultural and Welfare Association of Sutton, situated in the London Borough of Sutton, for the annual Visit My Mosque Open Day. Let's go inside and explore.
Mosque open days are nothing new. In fact, mosques across the UK have been holding open days for years and decades, welcoming in the neighbours and building a strong relationship with their local communities.
I think it's really important that the community can see inside a mosque for Mosque Open Day. I think it dispels myths. I think it allows people to see all of the really good work that you do in the community, and I think it also teaches people about Islam in a really friendly and approachable way. So I've had a really good time. Thank you very much for letting me come in, and I look forward to seeing you again. Thank you.
The annual Visit My Mosque is a national initiative facilitated by the Muslim Council of Britain, where mosques across the UK organise open days, inviting in their neighbours for tea, biscuits and cakes to get an insight into the day-to-day running of a Muslim community centre.
I think occasions like this are really important. I've learnt a lot about Islam and the Muslim community in the short time I've been here today, building on what I learnt last year. And I'm sure that everybody who comes here today will leave with greater knowledge of Islam, greater understanding, and a greater sense of how our communities all work together. Thank you.
The initiative sees over 100 mosques across the UK in a coordinated effort to open their doors for that one day of the year. This is to amplify the effect and show that Muslim communities in the UK are full of people who are open and tolerant.
And we're always very interested in what is going on here, and as Alan said, find everybody so very friendly. I was particularly impressed this morning by the wonderful welcome we received. If we were just on our own, somebody came straight away to talk to us. And the young people particularly are really good-mannered, very gracious. And I'm really impressed with the whole morning.
It is hoped the Open Day will allow the British public to see what actually goes on in a mosque and to understand its role in Muslim life, to encourage deeper cultural and religious understanding between people of different faiths and no faiths, and to tackle the misunderstanding of Islam due to negative media coverage. Overall, it is to promote community cohesion.
Come and meet people who work at the mosque, come and meet the volunteers. Now, the volunteers play a really essential role. Without them, today wouldn't have happened, and many of the activities the mosque are able to take part in and promote would not happen without the contribution from volunteers. Clearly at the moment it's really important to promote Islam, make sure that people have a proper understanding of what the Islamic faith represents and the values, and that is very much what part of today is about.
The Open Day is something that is meant to bring communities together regardless of whether they are Muslims or non-Muslims. We should be building bridges to bring our communities together. This center has always been open for people of wherever they come from, whether it is from the Middle East, from India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Turkey. It has been a center that has been open to everybody, and it is a mosque, a center that is And inshallah, we will continue to have these open days to bring the community closer together.
We are able to utilize this area for the Muslim and living in Sutton and around. Alhamdulillah, this is providing 5 times prayers, Jummah gathering and Eid prayers, which goes on for so many couple of times in Eid day. 3 or 4 salat goes on, mashallah. And it's a center for local people, not only Muslim but non-Muslims also, to utilize this center for any function they want to. And we are interested in inviting non-Muslims to this area as well. Alhamdulillah, with the blessing of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, various activities are going here. There is sisters Quran classes are going every Sunday, and also another class of sisters going on Monday as well. Alhamdulillah, from time to time we have youth activities are going, karate and things like that. You mentioned people should come and utilize this center, and we want everybody to unite and go for the actual purpose of this community center.
I want to also say a big thank you to our content providers today. Discover Islam in West London, Islamic Centre. Alhamdulillah, they've provided us amazing content, very relevant content that talks about Islam and science, that talks about the pillars of our faith, that talks about the articles of Iman, that talks about Tawheed. So Jazakumullah khairan to our content providers at Discover Islam, and they've they've done fantastic in being able to provide this service to us. I want to also thank IERA, which is the Islamic Education Research Academy, which is a massive, another also massive dawah organization. They've been very kind in lending us their Jesus exhibition, which we have downstairs in the main area, which you'll see anyway from the pictures. So Jazakumullah khairan to Imran Hussein and his team, who has provided us with the exhibition regarding Isa alayhi salam.
So I've just come here today just with my 3 children. I live on the same road as the mosque. Always wanted to come here. It's a really good thing to bring the children to speak to the people, hear the stories, learn about what happens in the mosque. We even got a virtual 3D tour of Mecca as well, which was very good. Just really friendly. I've taken my book, got the Quran to have a look, the English version. And it's been great. Children getting henna. Amazing.
Assalamu alaikum, my name is Myra. I'm one of the volunteers at the Open Day here today. It's been really exciting to see the local community come in. I've lived in this area for a long time, so it's nice to see different people come in year after year and learn something different each time as well. And I've seen a variety of not just non-Muslims, but also Muslims come in, different demographics. So I think it's a great event and very informative for myself as well, so I'm enjoying learning about things that I didn't know about my own religion, and hopefully passing that on to my Muslim friends and non-Muslim friends as well.
I've really enjoyed myself. I've enjoyed the information about Muslim. The ladies upstairs actually gave me the hijab and they did it for me nicely, and I got henna done on my hand. Very nice experience. I would actually want to encourage our community to come here and actually get to know the Muslim faith. Today has been an eye-opener for me. I've learned a lot. It's just another faith, just like the other faiths that we have in our communities. They talk about God, they talk about Jesus. So I would like to encourage those who have got time to actually come and have the experience of this Muslim Cultural and Welfare Association.
So today is our second Mosque Open Day, or Visit My Mosque Day as we've called it in the UK. It's really the tip of the iceberg as far as I can see in what we should be doing in opening up our mosques to the wider community. And although we do this once a year, I look at these posters and I'm learning so much from these posters myself. I can't imagine what impact they have on people who don't know about Islam. I wish we could display these all the time and have a weekly or monthly day where people can come in and ask questions and meet the people from the community. I think it's great that the mosques around the UK are doing this. I think it's great that this centre, MCWAS, the Muslim Cultural Welfare and Association of Sutton, is hosting this. And long may it continue.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar.
Today, in my corner here, we're showing them a virtual tour of Makkah and the Haram. As you can see on this device, they can view the Haram in a 360 view as a virtual reality, as if they were stood in the Haram looking at the Kaaba and seeing all the lovely sights around Makkah and Medina. It's a unique experience for any non-Muslim, as obviously they can't go to Makkah.
I am so delighted to be invited to this wonderful place. I am Councillor Nali Patel from London Borough of Sutton. I represent London Borough of Sutton, the right ward. This is my second term to be the councillor, and on receiving this invitation, I was extremely happy because I have always felt that human beings are one. We should live together, we should know each other's culture, we should respect each other. So this was a golden opportunity to visit everybody, to meet here. I was really impressed by the hospitality and the care I was given. Unfortunately, I had to request for a disabled access because I am being disabled. But I was really well cared, everything was done so well, and the most important part of it is that I observed the 15 minutes prayers, which was really good. I was delighted that people pray together, and I always believe that people who pray together, stay together, live together, work together, and make this world a beautiful place to live in.
Okay, Assalamu alaikum. My name is Fawad Alam. I've been a volunteer here at MCWAS for a few years now. And today we're having this open day for 2019. We had one in 2018 as well, which was very successful. Basically what we're having here is we're inviting people, primarily non-Muslims, to come in and have a look at our great center here. We've got an exhibition going on, we've got lots of posters, and of course we've got some audio video entertainment as well, where people can come in and actually experience what Muslims generally experience in the pilgrimage in Mecca, for example. And above all, for me, it's the most important thing of this whole event is get the community interaction going between Muslims and the wider community.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Farhan Ghalib. I'm a volunteer here, volunteer in MCWAS and other certain events essentially. So we have our book stall here where we have a number of books that we have for our non-Muslims guests. Essentially we give them free Quran, we give them wisdom series books about Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam saying, we give them material which let them understand the overall understanding of Quran, for instance, and flyers around Jesus, around science in Islam and other aspects of Islam, so they can have a much wider understanding of Islam and they can use those material to revert back to after going back from this exhibition.
The centre has lots of opportunities for the Muslims, and today was the day when non-Muslims could come in and find out about all the activities that happen in the centre, and a lot of information about Islam. So we had a nice exhibition that we had put up here, and a lot of non-Muslims came in and they enjoyed the session. I found it really interesting. Quite a few children from the local school came in, and the parents were quite supportive. They wanted their children to find out about Islam, and they never knew that what the centre looks like from inside. So it was a good experience for them.
And I would say this is one of the best opportunity to know more about Islam, what Islam is all about, our Prophet, the Virgin Mary, and yeah, there's a lot to know about the religion. So and I could see people here making the most of this opportunity and having a great time. Thank you.
And I'm one of the youth who come to this masjid. I enjoy it a lot. We have multiple activities, such as our youth club on Fridays, and we have chill out boys.
Hello, my name is Zishan Ghalib. I'm one of the volunteers here, and it's been a great event. You know, we have met lots of people from the community, our neighbors, some of the neighbors that came for the first time. So it was really, nice meeting them all. And I think we should be doing more of these events in the future, so we can connect with our, neighbors and community, more often.
Yeah. We started our scout group in August 2018. Alhamdulillah, we got around 100 scouts coming to Pali Masjid Scouts now for Cubs, Scouts and Beavers, and mashallah is going from strength to strength, and we have lots of local students coming to the scout, and this is really good experience for the scouts, young people to come so that they can explore, they can learn skills for life, and we welcome all the local students and young people to come and join us, inshallah. That will be really good experience for them, that will stay with them for whole life.
What do you think about the open day that's happening today?
Well, I think the actual purpose of the open day is to introduce the Islam to the non-Muslims, and this is a very good idea, because there is a misconception of the Islam, especially because of the media in Europe and America and other parts. they are misguiding people about Islam, and they think that Islam is a terrorist groups, you know. We are all terrorists. In fact, this is the wrong concept. We are peaceful people.
Alhamdulillah, the attendee have been right from all age as well as all demographics. So it's quite heartwarming to see so many of them attend, all walk away with a positive image of the Quran, the Muslim, and something I've said to a few of them: Islam is perfect, Muslim are not. So please understand that if you see shortfalls in us, then it's not Islam, that's us as humans.